morning, traders. It is the S&P 500 futures, micro futures, pre-market prep for 7/2/2019. We're looking here at the weekly chart, doing our top-down analysis for today. Yesterday was a big day up. We started Sunday night with a big gap and traded up high, and then faded the rest of the day, and then got a big bounce at the end of the day as the hedge funds and everything rebalanced. We're looking at trading into this volume node right at this point, going back and forth. We've already tested down into this big volume node right here down below, got the strong bounce off of it. So if it comes back down through here again, we could expect it to have a little bit more weakness, and I would think that maybe we would trade down into this 50 area, 2950 area. I believe 38 is the range extreme for the day, and we'll see that on the daily. So a whole lot of weakness would get you somewhere down into 38 or 43. So let's take a look at the daily real quick. So ATR is at 30. Our upper extreme here is 29.95. Our lower extreme is 29.33. Really the only volume node here on the upper side that's got any kind of volume is here at 67. And it just rejected off of 67 just a couple of minutes ago. And you may want to look at 74 up here if it trades back up, and then you have very top of the market 29.80. But you've got this beautiful kind of open, close, and gap right in here at 29.67.75. So just keep your eye right there. There's a lot of structure right at that point. No reason that it can't bounce off of 29.58 down here. It went a little bit below it. The next kind of shelf is right back here, 29.53 and 29.50. I'm going to show this to you on another chart and show you just how thin this is, though. You can tell that there's not a whole lot of recent trading through here. 240, so 240 you can see, this big old bar, and then you kind of caved out this whole area right here where it's kind of thin. So you could get fast moves. So just be aware if you get down underneath this node and underneath this bar that you could get a lot of fast moves by lack of positions. That's what happens when you get these big wide bars, is you get fast moves. 60 minutes. 60 minutes, you got a little bit of structure happening here. So you got a high, low, and then a lower high, a higher low. So you got like a triangle pattern here, higher high, higher low, but you're still under this structure right here. So if they can come up over this structure this morning, and maybe challenge some of this, you could get another move to the upside here. But right now they're struggling just to get over the 69 area, and here's that 67 area that they just rejected off of. They've rejected off of it twice here. So intraday, here's the symmetry lines. Just basically same pattern as yesterday. You can see that they're trying to trade back up into the 71 area right here. If it fails right here, then we're expecting it to go down here to 29.55. So what did I want to show you over here? Okay, I want to show you that. I want to show you this. So these levels right here are kind of your major structure levels right here. So here's the 58 level. It's got quite a bit of volume to it, and that was kind of the area that we bounced off of yesterday. Looks pretty good. There's a high volume node right here, but it's all kind of on the backside, and it's real thin right here. So this 5175 area, you could get a bounce right here, but just realize that it's real thin on this side, real thin on this side. There's a node at 2946.50, but it's back here. Not a real good, way to, you rather have a lot of volume. You don't really kind of get into the volume 2943.50 until you get down here. And so this is kind of your best area right here in the 2938.25, because it's got recent volume to it. So there's going to be a lot more positions currently right here. This guy's not, it's got a little bit more trading action here, but then you start to get real thin. So be careful with the trades up above. I mean, it can reject here. It moves so fast through here that there won't be a whole lot of positions, particularly right through this area. So just be aware of that. You can see that the past volume does hold, because you did get a bounce right there. So, and then the current best area is this 67 area, and we're bouncing off of it, and I'll show you that here. And there's that level right there. So what I wanted to do real quick was just kind of show you the volume. I didn't do this yesterday in the chart review, so I'm sorry about that. But you can see that I've marked off the high volume nodes back here on the back side, and just show you where it traded to. So you can see I put a blue line right here on this one, and then you can see this high volume node right here and this high volume node right here. And pull this back over, and it'll be kind of hard to see, but just so that you know where those lines kind of came from. I need a better arrow system, don't I? So let's look at this a little bit. So you kind of get this volume made right here, and you can see this level that comes over and hits right into this guy. Let's delete him, and you get a little bounce right here. Not much of a bounce, 2970 up to 70.75. Not even really a point right there, but you can see how that structure came back into play. Again, you have another high volume node right here, and that's what it traded under, found resistance, and then traded back over and was gone. And then you had one down here at 2965, and you can see how that played out right here on that bounce. So these high volume nodes are, kind of the places that you want to look. It's a little bit better to try and take the shelf. Like this had a shelf of volume right here. So on the other side of it is where they're probably going to defend the best. You can see a high volume node right up here, and that's kind of where it traded down into and was able to get under, and then it went back up. But so if you draw your volume across here, it fails right here, but look on the other side when it comes back, where it finds the resistance and sells. This is your high volume point. It's got a nice shelf to it. Got low volume on both sides, so that tends to be a good location. I had another one drawn right here. So if you look at this and I pull it back, when it broke above and it came back into this high volume node, right? And then it took off again. So if you're trying to catch trend and get the high or low or whatever, when it comes back, that's where you want to kind of catch on and try and ride it. If I pull it back over here and just do this, you can see that your high volume is going to be takes a second for it to is right here, and this is where you would have got on and tried to grab trend with it right there. So this guy right here, high volume right here, you can see that it traded into, tried to bounce, but it failed. It eventually bounces, but that's the area right there. There's a high volume right across here. So when it comes back, right, it comes up and trades into the high volume area and then trades away. So just trying to show you how that volume works. If we were to pull this guy all the way across, you can see this high volume right here goes to this tip right here. And I'm not sure if I can be a little bit more coordinated with this, but you can see that right there if I adjust it a little bit. This high volume to this tip right here. And then you have this high volume bar right through the middle of this, and you can see it rejected off of it right there. Move that over. And so you can see that it rejected right off of there. Here's that high volume down here at the bottom in the rejection right there. You can see this high volume that's already across here matches up with what was trading previously all the way across. This bottom tip right here was the high volume node back there that we put the line on. And you can see how that played out right here. And then this is the current one right here. And you can see how it traded right to it and got rejected this morning. This is a trade that I just did. Got a couple of ticks off of it, but you can see how that played out too. All the way to the bottom, you can see how that played out. And let's remove this guy right here. And you can see on this high volume node, this is where it bounced on that one right there. So just trying to show you how the volume kind of dictates the locations where you're going to maybe get reversals. It's a 60-40, right? Sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it's not going to work. All depends on who shows up to trade the area. But these are the places where you want to try and place your trade. And if you're going to make a trade, you want to trade with everybody else. Obviously, if it's the high volume area, then everybody else is trading there. You want to trade with them, right? You want to try and trade with the institutions and big time traders. So I just wanted to show you that because I didn't go over it yesterday and kind of skipped through things pretty quick yesterday. If you like the analysis, please subscribe to the channel. Anything you do kind of helps the channel out and helps it grow. If the levels are useful, and you trade them and stuff like that, please share, like, subscribe. If you're learning something about volume, please subscribe. Help me make these videos. I wish you good luck today, and I'll see you at the end of the day for the chart review. Take care.